this week we all have a backstage brawl off camera, on camera, that isn't
Off
part
camera.
of the storyline, that is part of the storyline. I'm confused. Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of the Cream of the Crop podcast. As always, I'm joined by my two lovely compadres, one of which just having his birthday last week. Welcome, gentlemen. For those that didn't know, Olas had his 89th birthday last week. And we celebrated and chewed his food for him.
Hey, yo.
But I know.
Thank you for mama birding me.
Yeah, I got you.
Fucking weirdo.
He didn't even have to ask. I gave him the to but we obviously missed last week. It just didn't work out between his birthday. KJ was a little under the weather. I just didn't want to be on camera. I didn't have a good excuse that you guys did. But we were back post pay-per-views, post Hurricane Milton. Hopefully everybody is watching this is okay. I know it affected a bunch of people, and we're still dealing with. I have a National Guard buddy that's been keeping me informed of all that stuff that he's been dealing with. So I hope everybody.
There is one person I hope is not okay.
Oh,
that's besides the point.
Jesus.
Who's in Florida that you could think of? Who? Tell me.
Oh, it's not anybody you guys know.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was a celebrity.
Just to let you know,
we should hate.
The Democrats do not. I'm just gonna stop right there.
What do you mean? Don't start. We all know that the Democrats are using their weather machines to hit Florida, Tennessee, and North Carolina just before the election.
You don't have to worry anymore. It has to charge up. We have at least 3 months.
And in the meantime, they'll use their Jewish space lasers.
Yeah.
And then
their earthquake machines are next.
They're getting those prepped.
Oh Lord, I saw that, and I go, you can't make this up to the people that are buying this. And I read the comments, and I go, oh God, it didn't hit enough people.
It hit the wrong.
People. It hit the wrong people. But not a ton to talk about, but some in-depth stuff to talk about. And as always, we're going to start our podcast like we do every single other week that we decide to record, with a little This Week in Geek, starting with some fun DC drama. I love casting drama. It's some of my favorite stuff. They have announced who the Green Lanterns are going to be now. So we knew, obviously,
2 out of 4.
We knew. Oh, is there going to be a fourth one? Who's the fourth one? They've announced 3 so far.
Wait, no, I'm kidding.
This
well,
guy.
Kyle will be the 4th.
And then Hal and John. Who am I missing?
No, currently we have 3.
Yeah.
We have no, we don't have Kyle. Kyle will be the 4th one they introduce.
Isn't that who?
Nathan Fillion?
Oh no, he's Guy Gardner.
Yeah. We have the first 3. Kyle's always the 4th.
So we had
like 6 Earthlings.
Oh, I know, but I didn't know how many they were actually gonna show as of yet.
Yeah.
So we have Guy Gardner, who's Nathan Fillion. We have, who is Hal? Do you remember his name offhand? The guy that plays. I know he's
Kyle...
from Friday Night Lights. I know that.
His name is Kyle something.
Let's see if I have it on my end here. Kyle Chandler will be taking the role as Hal Jordan, which I'm okay with. I think that's a relatively comic accurate style. Hair's a little dark, but who cares?
We'll fix it up with some gray.
Darkness doesn't make a character.
Well, not according to Jon Stewart.
My fun segue. But Jon Stewart obviously got announced, and it is Aaron. Is it Pierre?
Pierre.
Okay, I want to make sure because it's
Aaron Pierre,
who, for those that don't know, recently just had a movie come out through Netflix called Rebel Ridge. I really liked it. I thought it was really
Good
good.
movie.
And that's the first thing I've ever seen him in. I thought he did a
Right.
really, really good job. People are very on the fence about this, because, well, I mean, to be blunt, the main concern is people are saying he's not dark enough to play Jon Stewart. So KJ's gonna
No.
step in and combine with him in a DBZ fusion style.
I'm not dark enough.
Well, but combined,
No,
it's
I
like
think he'll get brighter.
get brighter.
Look, my white DNA will take over like Venom.
I don't get this. I don't know if it's because people solely think of Justice League Green Lantern from
Yes.
the TV show. Even then, he's not like dark.
Okay. I'm gonna explain this the best way I know how to. This is gonna be my colors corner. So when most people envision Jon Stewart, it's a weird dichotomy of it's only when dark skin people they perceive as dark skinned characters are casted by lighter characters. Or it's a weird dichotomy because sometimes no one cares because a perfect example is still in the DC universe. Ray Fisher was Cyborg. Cyborg isn't known as a dark skinned character and no one fucking cared.
Yeah. Which
But now
but even
Jon
then
Stewart is a big issue.
I don't even, and this is someone who's kind of kept up with Green Lantern a bit, especially here recently. Jon Stewart's never been always portrayed as a dark-skinned,
It's
like, especially the new
Jon
stuff.
Stewart is a brown. Jon Stewart is a brown man.
Yeah.
And it's just certain things, especially in most people's head, you're thinking of Justice League Unlimited
Yeah.
or the Justice League cartoon show where he's like very dark, but there are still comics where me and him are about the same complexion.
Yeah.
If you look at Aaron Pierre, there are some pictures where he looks very light skinned,
Yeah.
and there are pictures where he's very brown skinned. It just becomes a lighting issue.
Because I mean,
Because even on this camera,
yeah.
I'm way lighter.
Well,
than I
lighting
would
and
be
makeup does a
because-
wonder, as far
Yeah.
as. No, I think this
So-
is a solid choice. I think this is a better choice than Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. It's
I want that haircut. I hope that haircut is like a bit in the movie where it's like, I really don't like this haircut, but they told me to get it, and he gets the tradition. He gets the other traditional guy
like the
haircut of just, like,
military crew cut
of
with
just
the fade.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's all TikTok's been all about this. I've seen both sides of it where it's, he's not dark enough, he's not, and I just
He's gonna be fine. He definitely has the characteristics from
Yeah.
Rebel Ridge to play like the hardened former Marine turned superhero.
well, even if you wanted to use Justice League Unlimited Green Lantern, like I see the comparisons in that, even just with him, where it's like, yeah, you could put his face on this character and I would totally go, yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that works. It's just such a weird hill to die on. I mean, it's comic
always-
people, so it's not surprising hill to die on, but it is an odd one to me nonetheless.
DC can't catch a break with anything.
I
'Cause right after that was Joker 2 bombing at the box office.
oh yeah,
Everyone laughing at the Joker.
and here's the thing. I
Not in the
know
way he wanted.
Yeah.
there's gonna be some person in our comment section or that watches this and goes, "Oh, look at these fucking losers that don't like musicals." I love musicals. If you
It
must
has nothing to
know.
do with it being a musical.
I'm a huge fan of Les Mis. I'm a huge fan of a lot of the stuff that is in that genre. Even so much that the cruise we went on, I specifically wanted to go see Grease. So that's not it. I don't mind the musical concept of it if it's done right. Everything I've seen of this, the pacing's terrible. They pretty much, instead of going the way that the first Joker did, where you were that nitty-gritty kind of almost like cringy-ish kind of humor, but like you felt sympathetic for the guy, and then when he goes postal, you're kind of like, yeah, I get it. It's kind of a 180 from that story is what I'm seeing a lot of. And and I just don't understand that concept. I've heard the ending is people aren't thrilled about how it ends. I've also seen that Lady Gaga's not great in it.
She's okay. So as the one person who's seen it,
Yeah.
her acting is very sporadic. But I don't even think that's towards her as an actress. It's more of the pacing and the script itself being just a sporadic what the fuck.
Yeah.
The musicals come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
The singing
that's
is
the complaint I've seen. Whereas Joker 1, like there was a route that they were going with it of, you know, him being this shy, nonchalant, avoids everything, to finally just snapping and saying, you know what, everybody that's fucked with me, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to happen in this. That there's no real direction.
There is a random switch. And also, I love how people complain about Zack Snyder and like slow-mo. This movie could be 30 minutes shorter if they took out the scenes of him smoking. Specifically, him smoking.
Yeah.
It is a long bit throughout the movie where he asks for a cigarette from, like, he's interviewed. Oh, can I get a cigarette? He takes a puff. He leans back. And like, it's a long, drawn-out scene of him smoking. He's always asking for a cigarette, like a bum on the street. It's like, I think the best scene, which makes me like regret what this movie could have been, is when they bring the short guy from the little person from the first movie.
Okay.
And he's being basically Arthur fires his attorney. Like he wants to represent himself.
Naturally.
And he makes a big spectacle of it. He does this weird country, like Southern Texas lawyer accent midway through the movie.
Well, I do declare
that it is legitimately that.
Yeah.
And he's talking to him, and it's this breakdown of like, the guy's like, I don't know why you did this. You were the only person nice to me. Why did you do this? You terrified me. You gave me PTSD. And like this man's breaking down, and that's what breaks Arthur to see that like the one person he did, like he sees a reflection of himself.
Interesting.
In that moment, like I am what I saw everyone else as this big haunting figure. It's like that's what breaks him out. The whole Joker bit. If they would have drawn that out of saying, make the whole movie just the trial of the Joker.
Yeah.
And have like movie, because they had Zazie Beetz come in for 2 minutes. They're like, so how did you meet? Like, we never really talked. His mother basically told me all the things that were wrong with him. I think he was weird.
Got him.
So it's like, I want that. I want people like bring in like the guy who played Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
And like keep doing like this is viewing everyone's perspective of the first movie through the court. And have like the guy who played, I saw an interesting bit. Have the guy who played Joe Murray, like Murray, as the judge. Yeah, as the judge, but no one acknowledges it but him, but Arthur, throughout the movie.
That'd have been
like they switch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's the judge and no one notices that they look the same.
You know what,
it's
Murray?
The same guy. Like he's calling the judge Murray the entire movie and no one gets it.
And then there was the wild scene where fucking Ben Affleck came through and just started beating the shit out of it.
Yeah.
You have to watch to see it. It's crazy.
But yeah, no, it was surpassed by another
people.
Yeah.
But then it was surpassed by another clown movie in Terrifier 3. If you like gore,
I just don't get that.
If you like senseless like horror movies, it's a fun watch.
I've sat through the first one, and I don't get it. I get what I get what it's going for. I don't get why it's popular.
Because it's just, I like the fact that the guy who plays, because there's two versions of Art the Clown. You have the original like anthology version where it was played by a guy who was like, hey, I'm doing this to help my friend. Because it just started as a college movie.
Yeah.
Turned into a bigger thing. The guy who plays Art the Clown through the Terrifier series is trained in clown and miming. So
dedication, I guess.
Yes. I think watching the first movie, the only part that made me like this character is when the girl beats his ass halfway through
Yeah.
and he just pulls a gun. He just pulls a gun out of his back pocket and shoots the girl in the side. Like, you know what? I'm cool with this. This is fun. The first movie is bad. The second movie tries to put a story.
Yeah, it's like almost like a Chucky style story of
yeah.
he's supernatural and shit like that.
I just want to know, it bleeds into wrestling because during the Mark Briscoe Chris Jericho match, it is brought up that Chris Jericho is a part of the #1 movie in America right now because he's in Terrifier 2 and 3. Fucking, I don't know why.
The Learning Tree Chris Jericho is.
Yes, because he's in it. It's so goofy.
Is he like a security guard or some shit? Or
he's like a night nurse.
Yeah, night nurse.
Because someone was bringing like, oh, I can't wait till you see the Chris Jericho. Like, I know he's in it because in the credits of Terrifier 2, there's a big section where it says with and Chris Jericho.
I'm surprised that motherfucker didn't put the Learning Tree Chris Jericho on.
No, because this the second one was from, I would say, start of AEW.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, it would have been at the same time.
So I feel like Terrifier 3, if it has the Learning Tree Chris Jericho, I would fucking die.
I also saw
I'll be the only one in that theater.
I was super happy to see that it's doing well. As the Transformer movie,
yes,
is doing really well,
as it should.
I was worried just because of not having, and I can't remember the actor. It's like Peter Cullings, I think, as Optimus.
Oh no, it's Chris Hemsworth.
Yes.
Sorry.
The guy that voices Optimus Prime in like literally every iteration of Optimus Prime is it's like Peter Cullings or something. It's because that voice is almost kind of a Kevin Conroy voice for me.
Where you automatically,
it's perfect. So having him voice it I was like, I'm not sure if I'll like this. But no, I've seen that it's done really well. I think I'm actually gonna try to go see it this week.
Okay.
Because I got some free movie tickets, so might as well fucking use them. But yeah, I was gonna see the Joker, but I probably won't fuck with it now just because it just doesn't. I don't know. It seems like a 180 from the movie I like. And then so the rest of the stuff we're gonna talk about, at least for this portion, is gonna be all gaming related, which is very rare that it's only ever just gaming stuff. We'll start small to large story here.
Okay.
I just wanted to touch on this one because I happen to come across this. Is that Rockstar is bringing Red Dead Redemption 1 and Undead Nightmare Collection over to PC finally.
Took them long enough.
I know, yeah, and it's one of those where it seems stupid to talk about because that game's been out for so long. I'm hyped about that because I absolutely will buy that and replay it because I don't have my copy of Red Dead Redemption 1 and I don't feel like breaking out like old consoles if I can just throw it on my PC. I would be curious to see how it runs on PC, especially knowing how the San Andreas remastered it. That's the thing. I don't know if they're remastering it or anything. I don't know if it's that or if they're just literally just porting it.
Well, just remember that remaster was done by like a third-party team.
I guess that's true. Yeah,
that's why it was such a shit show.
They should just give the assets. Well, no, fuck that. That's a bad idea. I was about to say just let the mod community
get
like the top.
How does CJ have giant tits?
Yeah, get them like the top modders of Red Dead Redemption 2. Get them together, form a special team, and like have them like
just revamp Red Dead Redemption 1 for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'd be cool. Keep an eye out for that. I'm curious if they'll bring online back in any degree.
No,
I can't imagine they would. Red Dead Redemption 1 online was such an interesting time.
Yeah, because Red Dead 2's online was, stellar. It's a shame.
It could have been. I really
wanted to enjoy it. I knew people that if you had a good couple of people together, it was really good. But unfortunately, that was its own nightmare to try and get people.
Well, it was that thing that I had issues with GTA 5 online was like at the start of it, there really wasn't a goal in mind of like what I'm doing. We're like, GTA 5, I get that that's your first iteration of kind of doing that in that format. I feel like Red Dead, you should have at least had an idea of what the goal was here and like how to direct it. I have
the problem
seen,
is with GTA Online was, the heist thing came much later than it was supposed to.
yeah,
Because that was the big thing. It was like, oh, we're gonna launch it. We'll have like little missions here and there, and then probably 2 years before heists.
yeah. No, it was quite a while.
And I loved GTA Online, and then it became meme central. It was just like, yeah, and that too. Like things that cost a certain amount cost like quadruple that. I mean, the fucking, you know,
Vehicles and apartments.
yeah, everything. Like so I was part of the group that got the 500K.
Yeah.
For like, one of the first first however many players for the first, like when they first launched, and you were having issues, yada yada. 500K was huge.
Was something.
And now it's like I can't even buy like a gun for 500K. Like what the fuck is going on? I mean, the inflation in that game
worse than the real economy.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I have seen with the Red Dead Redemption 2 online where they do I guess kind of how like they did GTA with the what would be the fucking term for it? Or it was they turned it into kind of a simulator where it's like GTA 5, but like you can be a garbage man and live a garbage man life and shit like that.
The RP life.
RP life. There you go. RP. That was the fucking 2 letters I was looking for. But Red Dead has that now where you can RP.
But they've been had that. They had like
have
gangs.
I hadn't seen for a while.
It was more that Rockstar didn't do that. It was more like the community, like, well, this game has bare bones, nothing to really do. So people formed their own gangs. I think there was like a gang that was like 24/7 type bullshit.
On
like
site.
they always had members on every server, and it's like you had to do initiations into the gang. It was dumb.
Fucking nerds. Go outside.
They took it very seriously.
But and then other big title news. 343, so the team that was currently now behind Halo has rebranded to just Halo Studios.
So they got a new hat.
I guess they're just doubling down that's the only game they fucking give a shit about, which hasn't shown in the last 2 years. So they kind of, and there's a lot of drama with this just from especially the social media side, because they release a video that shows their team and kind of what they're talking about doing. They show a few steals of games to come, but they don't really announce anything. The major announcement comes that they are switching to the Unreal Engine instead of I think it was Slipspace is what it was called. Yeah, which was the engine they made to do Halo. And they go, which, you know what, I can respect if you make a mistake and you want to go, hey, like, this just didn't make sense to do it this way. I think the way they put it, we were trying to build a boat and race it at the same time. Because they had half the team that was working on the server system that they developed to play this game, and then also half of the team working on the game that was on that server.
Yeah.
And so I think they've decided to just cut the server part of it out and move to the Unreal, which nowadays I just think that makes sense. That way that the team can solely work on, I guess, the next upcoming Halo project, which once again they don't specify what that is. They say there's a few that they're working on, which in my mind
Halo
I'm thinking
remakes.
I'm thinking there's gonna be a Halo remake.
Halo 3 or Reach?
It'd be Reach. I think that'll be.
No, they go with 3.
I feel like
I say 3 because Halo Combat Evolved has a remake, has an anniversary edition. 2 has an anniversary edition. 3 will be next.
Yeah, I guess if you're going chronologically, It would make
And the
sense.
fact that they showed Master Chief in the engine, I feel like that wasn't a new armor.
No, it didn't look new. So I mean,
So I'm thinking either they redo Combat Evolve, which would be crazy,
I just
or
don't
they do
understand
3.
why though at this point, because you've already got Master Chief Collection. Like why?
Because it will probably be like an add-on to the Master Chief Collection,
Maybe.
saying, "Hey, we're $20, and you get the anniversary edition of Halo 3."
It's gonna be
Possible.
Halo Wars, guy.
Well, so that was my thing. Is I'm thinking Halo Wars 3. And then obviously I guess whatever continuation of the current
Infinite.
Halo Infinite.
When they go back in time.
I have
That's where the old armor comes from.
yeah,
He meets himself.
meets himself. I have a hard
Halo
relationship with
insanity.
this because, as it's very well noted, I'm a huge Halo fan, and I always have been,
Yeah.
through the good and through the bad. And there's been a lot of bad. I almost wish we would get away from the armor powers and go just back to like bare bones Halo 3. Because at least then it's easy to control, it's easy to edit and do all that stuff with it. Bring back the map creations in the sense of, hey, you make some set maps, let your community make these other maps. You have a community that's dying to make these maps. And they did that eventually in Infinite, but like it was kind of too little too late. You know, that should have been a launch mechanic. That shouldn't have been, oh yeah, 2 years later we'll add this. Like, no, Forge mode needs to be just with the game day one. But the way it talks is, I guess this team is no longer going to be doing anything more with Infinite. That Microsoft, I guess, has a few things, is still going to be the ones that handle Infinite for the time being. I guess until the end of the life cycle of it. For I guess whatever DLCs and shit they have left of it.
Like 6 more battle passes.
Probably. I hope they're successful. I really do. I want to see Halo be in that kind of top genre again. And Infinite came close, because at the end of the day, as much issues I have with the battle pass systems and all that stuff, the gameplay was good. It was good. And the guns were really old school feeling in the sense of easy to learn, and you understand the time and place for each weapon. And the maps were gorgeous. We gotta stop, and we won't, because that's the meta now as far as how companies run, is that the battle pass is more important than the game.
Yep.
But I just wish we would get back to continuously updating a game in a proper way and just letting it be successful on its own, and then, worry about cosmetics later. But that's my 2 cents on it as a Halo fan.
I just have one complaint.
Yeah.
Expand the fucking capture the flag maps. I recently played with a friend. It felt like Storm in Normandy. It was like, hey, this map is about the length of a football field. Everyone gets rockets and bullshit. Have fun for 30 minutes.
Well, that was the thing. It was like, and it's not just Halo that did that. Call of Duty did it. Battlefield kind of did it, but then kind of went back on it, where there was a good variety of maps in size and style. It wasn't just all these tiny 3-lane maps, because I still remember you had Rat's Nest, where it was that kind of medium circle size, but then you had you had Sandbox, you had a bunch of the snow maps that were very big and good for capture the flag.
Yeah. I
need a mixture. It doesn't all have to be small maps. It doesn't all have to be big maps. A little bit of everything. But yeah. So, but on the last note of good news, especially for us 2007 Dragon Ball Z fans, or the Budokai fans, is Sparkling Zero is fucking killing it right now. And I mean like killing it. I think it's surpassed Helldivers as top game on Steam. It surpassed Call of Duty in pre-orders. which
PlayStation.
I can't think of a game that's done that to Call of Duty in quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything I've seen of it,
how hard it is.
yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean,
I don't know. It's just people
just
don't know how to play.
that one mission that people don't
Oh
understand.
no, there's a bunch of them like where people don't understand if the computer is being spammy. You know how to counter that? Being just as cheap and spammy.
Yeah,
Fucking stop trying to do stop trying to do like combos. Just be spammy.
Yeah.
Just spam finishers.
I've seen. I mean, the content on it's been great, especially because I love seeing where like the intros they do. People have started editing abridged intros
Yeah.
into it, and it's been great because there was one I saw where it was he had picked a team, and it was Nail, Piccolo, and then like another version of Piccolo, and then Krillin.
Yeah.
And it goes to King Kai, or not King Kai, but what is the
Guru?
Is that the big Namekian from the? That's okay.
Yes.
Or it's
Guru.
yeah, but it's the abridged where it's like Nail. There's an albino Namekian with you. Kill him now.
Kill him like the rest.
It's just shit like that. But no, I'm happy that it's doing well, and the vastment. I don't think I've really seen much negative. There's been a few where it's like, I'm just gonna go back to Xenoverse 2 because this game just doesn't have it, and I go, yeah.
About the balancing, and it's like, all right, it's gonna be an unbalanced mess. That the game was intended to be unbalanced. The roster, I do have some complaints, but that's
as far as characters they chose, or
I think the UI needs a better. I think the layout of the characters needs to be better.
How so?
I don't like the bragging of, hey, we have 180 characters,
and like 80 of them are actual single characters.
Yeah, if you take away the transformations, it's actually just 81 characters, which is still a big number, but it's like, I don't need Goku. I don't need 27 Gokus because Xenoverse does the same thing.
Yeah.
With like
what
10,
I did
like
see.
I think we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
Because it's like the DLC or the pre-order, you got 6 characters.
6 characters,
and it was
just 2
characters.
It was
Broly with 3 forms, and then like Goku or Gogeta
with 3 forms.
It's like, I even saw where it was like Trunks and Goten. You could do the fusion, like that was part of his moveset, but you could also just pick the fusion as the character.
I do like that there's a difference though.
Yeah, where it's like
if you do it with the fusion, you get buffs. If you just pick the character, you don't get the same buffs.
But I'm happy that it's doing well. Like I said, I've not seen a ton of bad negative like negative outside of like, this is fucking hard. Like, I don't know what's going on.
There was a community issue, but that's dumb. People kind of immediately went, that's a you problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's fucking skill issue.
They just came out with more content too, like show wise.
Yeah. Well, the show
Daima.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Jr.
Yeah, because there's
like a weird. I think
it's
the
last story
weird, like timeline thing where people are confused about. I guess where it takes place. And I guess it's like in between Super and Boo.
Yes. Given
but Super takes place technically before the end of Z. It's a weird.
I almost thought, because wasn't it young Goku? Like, it's Kid Goku again, isn't it?
Yes. All the characters are transformed back into kids.
Okay, because I saw that, I go, are we doing a GT cross?
It's across the board because Vegeta's a kid.
Gotcha.
Everyone's kids.
Such a weird thing that they continuously do.
Yeah. No, because this is the last official story that Toriyama wrote.
Gotcha.
So it's gonna get milked. It's a short story. It's gonna be released online. It's not like a big TV deal.
Yeah.
So they released it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's gonna be on. It's focused online.
Which they did announce that I think 2 of the DLCs for Sparkling Zero is gonna be characters from that show.
Diamond, yeah, it's probably gonna be their villain or like Kid Vegeta or some shit. Who cares? Don't.
But yeah.
A quick thing that happened like recently over the weekend. Big hacking scandal with Game Freak.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
A lot of weird shit came out. Beta, like the map editor code for Gen 4 got released. A bunch of beta sprites for Gen 2 and 3 were released.
Yeah.
A weird just slew of lore about humans fucking Pokemon was released. That was part of their shit. I don't know why.
That was supposed to be the next game.
Spoilers about the new Pokemon.
Gotta fuck them all.
Yeah. Vaporeon was the cover.
Yeah, of course it is.
Jesus Christ.
Info about Gen 10 was released. How it was codenamed Gaia. The new Pokemon
somebody gonna get
Legends game.
sued.
That person,
that guy's getting sued.
They better go off the grid.
He's sweating. It's like, fuck.
It's like the GTA 6 kid. They're gonna put him in a fucking insane asylum. That person's gonna disappear from the earth. Because that's like, Nintendo money you fucking up.
You think Power World has it bad, bitch? You're fucked.
They're gonna Jimmy Hoffa the fuck out of you, bro.
Yeah, because there was info about the new Switch too.
No.
So it's like, big oof.
I mean, is that really a leak? They've kind of leaked that for months that they're going to do Switch. I know,
but
if it's not, they didn't release this leak.
Because I guarantee Switch 2 they're gonna announce it in February. It's gonna drop in March.
Yeah,
because that's what they did with the OLED, and I'm pretty sure that's how they dropped the original Switch. And no one's gonna buy it for the first year because there's nothing fucking for it.
Like,
they'll make some re-releases for like $15 more than the original, and then it'll be like a really good time.
They were
all right, Sony.
Like, they're
worse than Sony.
Yeah,
Sony at least lets games go on sale.
So this is gonna be a big thing.
Sure.
If you look up Game Freak League,
I like we just keep interrupting it with our side banter. Continue. Sorry, I'm done. I'm listening. No, I'm listening. All attention.
No, because I know you want to.
All eyes on you now.
If you look up Game Freak,
yeah.
Does anyone remember the Gen 5 gym leader, Carla?
I barely remember Gen 5.
Her name is. She wears like a blue suit, tracksuit.
What was Gen 5? What fucking was it?
Black and white.
Black and white. I don't remember shit from that one. Somebody fucking her? Is that what it is?
No, the way they described her.
Oh, so I was close.
Character 6, flight, sexy pilot, gender, female, age 18-year-old.
Well, at least they specify.
Occupation, pilot, ethnic group, Hispanic. Like, that's what he described this character. And
straight to the point, I guess.
Some of the betas are so fucking, like, I don't know. I think they need to release a game of just Eldritch Beast, because some of these do not belong in Pokemon.
Oh, really?
I'm just going to show you. Remember Cacturn?
Yeah.
This is the beta for it. That image is going to flash on the screen. You're going to go, what the fuck?
Nah, I'm going to be from the phone.
I like how that one photo kind of just like cocked back laughing.
Yeah.
It's like the seagull. That's what it is. Oh God, I'm putting that up in the edit of this. I'm gonna put the fucking side by side.
So yeah,
I kind of fuck with that though. That's kind of cool. Like a Bronchiosaurus version of fucking Cacturn.
Unreleased.
I could do without the fights. No, I can't unsee that.
One of these things is not.
You know what though? You know who I don't feel bad? Nintendo. Fuck those guys. Because of the stupid shit they're trying to do to Pal World. I have zero sympathy for those jackasses when you're gonna try and fucking patent a fucking game mechanic and set a terrible precedent that every other company's gonna try and do now. And I'm not in the mood to deal with that. So, you know what? No sympathy. Unless you got any in this week in geek stuff you have off the top of your head before we transition here.
No, it was kind of
slow.
It was a slow news week. Really, not a lot going in terms of, what we're dealing with here. Not they have other news, but we don't need to get into any of those.
Never. All right. Well, just because I've gotten to thoroughly enjoy testing your guys' knowledge, I have characters.
Okay.
They're good ones. Real thinkers. So who would like to go first?
Olas can go first this time.
And for those that are watching, if you never watched, we've kind of started doing this on a weekly basis until I figure out a game that I enjoy putting these guys through a little bit more. Where I have one of them guess a wrestler, one of them guess a comic character, and then one of them guess, or sorry, they group guess a wrestler, one of them guesses a video game character. Usually it's the old man guesses the video game, KJ guesses the comic character because old man doesn't read. And then I give them the tag team, no pun intended, to guess the wrestler. So KJ is throwing the gauntlet to you, Olas, for your video game character. I think you get it. I think you will. I have faith in you. Fresh off the birthday, I'm thinking the luck's in your favor today. So
let's hope, because the brain's slowing down. So
60 seconds starting now.
Male or female?
Male.
Recent game.
Yes.
Platform.
Like it's a platform game, or
no, like console, PC.
All of them.
What? Oh,
console and PC.
Shooter.
Yes.
Single player.
No.
No. So like a
multiplayer
team
game.
type?
Multiplayer game.
Fuck. How long has the series been running?
I'm gonna pause because I have to look that up.
Oh,
or I have it in front of me, but I don't remember. I don't remember the exact day this game came out.
Oh, I didn't.
It has been out for 6 years.
Oh, is it just the one game? Sorry.
Yes.
I don't know if that's
yes.
Okay.
It's one game.
I was kind of asking if it was like a long.
I'll preface this with this: it is part of a separate game, but it is its own game series. It's a. I'm trying to figure out how to, because I don't want to confuse you with this, but I think this is pertinent to figuring it out.
Now
there's a mainline game.
Oh, okay.
It is not part of that mainline game, but it takes from it. Like weapons, characters, locations,
like universe.
Yes, it's in the same universe, but it is not part of the mainline game. I'm gonna restart your time now.
How much time do I
30
have?
seconds.
Fuck me. Were they a character in the other game?
No. None of the characters in these games except for 2 make an appearance, and they're not mainline characters.
Ugh. Oh, I hate it. Other than a multiplayer shooter, is it any type of is there another category for this
Battle
game?
Royale.
I watched you make the face my brain made.
15 seconds.
Ah, fuck me. 6 years. That's 2018.
19. Sorry. Yeah, 19.
18.
No, 5. Sorry, 5.
Fuck you,
5. 19. I was wrong. It was 5.
Okay.
My brain couldn't brain.
2015. 2015. 5 years. 2019. Multiplayer shooter. Takes place in a universe.
That's time.
I'm not asking any more questions. Yeah, I'm just piecing it together in my brain. Sorry. I told you, the brain's slowing down now. 89 years old will do that to you. I think that's the age you said earlier.
Look, you don't even remember what age I gave you.
Yeah, see? I'm losing it. All right, multiplayer, like team shooter type of game. Takes place, but not to the show. Male.
Battle Royale. I'll preface major, like, out of battle royales, the top 3 battle royales. And it's not Fortnite, because I'm not going to do you that dirty and give you some random skin from fucking Fortnite.
Right. Well, that's where my brain went. I was like, wait, Fortnite, but then that could be anybody.
Yeah, I don't think that was fair. So
the other battle royales,
and it's not Call of Duty for the exact same reason.
Right.
I'm really trying to throw you as good of a line as I can here without just giving it to you.
No, just give it to me.
So the game is Apex Legends.
Okay, that's what I thought, but
Titanfall.
Yeah, I didn't play Apex either. So
and the character is Octane.
Okay.
Who I thought was a good choice. I was like, you know what? I haven't done like a newer character in a bit.
I'm just any of those games are terrible.
Well, that's why I didn't want to do like Fortnite or something, because it's like at least this character like has a power set and like is a character in the game, not just some random skin they threw in.
Yeah.
Because Call of Duty is kind of the same way. And plus, if I was doing a Call of Duty character, I wouldn't have prefaced that it was a battle royale, because it didn't really
fair, because it's also
but good try. I believe you'll get him next time.
I don't believe that.
Well, I was trying to be nice. All right, I got a good one for the comic today.
Fuck, I'm fucked.
It is. Hey, I will say this. It is a known character. This isn't some random. No, this isn't some just. Trust me, you and I feed into the same kind of stuff. You should know this character.
Fuck. All
right. So 60 seconds starting now.
Marvel or DC?
DC.
Part of the Bat Family?
No.
Part of the Justice League?
Yes.
Part of a variation of the Justice League?
I don't think any of these are variations of that. It's just the Justice League. It's none of the ones that I know of that are variations.
Magic based?
No.
Hero?
Yes. Hero / vigilante. I'll put kind of a slash.
Okay, there. Not part of the Bat Family. Vigilante. Does he look like a DC character? Actually,
I'm pausing. Hold on. I'm pausing.
Sorry.
What do you mean by that?
There's a character crossed my mind, and it's a very specific question. I will tell you later.
Okay.
I'll explain that bit in a second.
I'm gonna go ahead and resume now. You said male or female?
Yeah.
Male.
Okay. Do they have powers?
No.
Do they use guns?
I believe so, in some degree. Not mainly, but sometimes.
Okay. Not part of the Bat Family. No powers. Do they wear green a lot?
No.
Are they related to Green Arrow?
Not Green Arrow.
Are they part of that dynamic?
Like archers or just that family?
Yes,
no,
archers.
He's not an archer.
Fuck, that ruined my
20 seconds.
Are they white?
Yes. This iteration, yes.
Have there been multiple people who've held the mantle?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck then.
But I'm not asking for every.
I know
fixating on one. 10 seconds.
I don't know, because the person that keeps popping in my head is Arsenal, and I'm like, that's not.
So time, and I'll give you, because I gave all us. I tried to give him a lifeline. Arsenal is a really adjacent guess.
Because you have Arsenal, you have Red Hood, part of the Outlaws, because that would be part of the Justice League Dark crew, but I got
it is Guardian. Jim Harper, Guardian.
Fuck it. Okay.
That's what I was like. You said Green. I was like, no, not Green Arrow, but he is related to Red Arrow and technically Arsenal.
Yeah, fuck. I was close, but not close.
I was like, oh, he's dancing around the fucking answer. He's so close to it too.
Shit. Because Guardian was black, but Okay.
Well, that's what, so
Certain versions.
in original DC, Jim Harper's the original Guardian.
Yeah.
Mal Duncan, who I believe is Guardian in the Titans and something
Injustice?
else. Yeah, maybe it's Injustice. Is black.
Yeah, black.
Um
Sorry, Guardian's such a
because even in Young Justice, both Guardians are in that.
yeah.
Because Jim Harper's Guardian at the beginning, but he's
a
also
clone.
kind
He's a
of
clone
yeah, that because I can't remember that whole fucking
because they take Roy's
Roy's,
DNA and age him up and make him Guardian.
But then
whatever.
Mal takes it over
Yeah.
later on in Young Justice. So hey, you were close.
Fuck.
You were dancing all around it. I was like, oh, he's gonna get it. I was sure. Once you said Arsenal and I gave the Jason, I was like, he'll
Okay.
figure it out.
Also, person I was thinking of when I said do they look
Oh
like
yeah, I wanted
Marvel
to know.
character, it's fucking Grifter, who looks like Deadpool. He has like he's like a mix between Deadpool and Red Hood because he has a mask that has the black and red eyes.
Is that because he's from the I remember seeing him in
Milestone Comics? Because he's not from DC originally.
but
he's picked up from another character.
He's in Dark Wars. Or not Dark Wars, but Flashpoint.
Yes.
Where he's like drops a bunch of the Amazonians and then gets shot in the face with an arrow. It was like, oh god, who?
Because he has like a rag. He doesn't have like a mask. It's more like a rag over his head.
But it's literally just Deadpool's mask, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like he just took the face part.
Okay, I picked a really great wrestler for you guys tonight. Like
probably, you said this was discount Deadpool.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely discount Deadpool. And what's funny is like neither company owns him. Like it's a separate company that owns the rights to him.
Because he's part of. God, it's not Milestone.
I thought it was Dark Horse that owned him.
Let's see. He's Wildstorm.
Oh, okay.
It's Wildstorm Productions in DC. He's made by Jim Lee. So.
But you know, Wildstorm partners with DC and a lot of some stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how Hellboy's not a Marvel character, but like also kind of, or not Marvel, but DC character, but also kind of a DC character.
Spawn.
Yeah, it's Spawn as well. All right, I got what is probably the best wrestler I've given you guys so far.
Rico.
No, wouldn't that be some timing?
Yeah.
God, that guy should just stay gone. I don't know. I get the bit though; it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna because I think you all tag team me, and I'm gonna give you a little more time, so that way there's So I'm gonna give you 1:30.
Okay.
Give you a little extra 30 seconds there. Are you ready?
Yes.
I need a verbal yet. I'm just messing.
Yes.
All right, your time starts now.
Male or female?
Male.
Active.
No. Yes, actually, yes.
AEW.
No.
DNA.
Yes.
Black or white?
White. And that's kind of a funny joke regardless, but yes, white.
Active in the 90s.
99, yes.
Were they part of ECW?
No.
WWE.
No.
WCW.
Yes. 99 to 2000.
Were they ever in WWE?
No.
What the fuck do they have on there?
World champion.
No.
Tag champion.
No.
Cruiserweight champion.
No. From my understanding, neither in TNA or WCW has he ever actually won a championship.
Fuck. This is.
You are gonna laugh your ass off.
Fuck. Someone in TNA that's never been WWE.
It was in WCW
W.
at the end of WCW. And they're
Have they wrestled in a pay-per-view in the last 5 years?
I can quit. Yeah, pause for that. That's only fair.
Fuck off.
I'm not gonna take your time
If,
on that one.
if you're gonna be a dickhead, I'm gonna be a dickhead.
Yes. You said the last 5 years?
Yes.
Yes, and I will actually do you one better, and I will tell you what it was. It was Slammiversary in Newport, Kentucky. In
So
2022.
Well, it's still semi-recent.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
You got
Slammiversary
15
card
seconds.
Of 2022.
And you said they never wrestled for AEW?
No.
Ever appeared on AEW?
No. This person is only, besides WCW and another organization that I don't recognize, has only been on TNA.
Have they been in TNA for a long time?
Yes. In total from 2002 to 2015, and then from 2013 they were on the independent circle, and then 2022 till present they were with TNA. So time is up. I'll let you take 2 guesses one per person. I
got nothing. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know TNA like that.
I'll give you one more. Maybe this will help. It probably won't. X Division is the part that they're in. TNA X Division.
I'm gonna be real. I looked up Slammiversary 2022. Looked at the card. I think I know who it is. I'm not gonna guess anymore.
You cheater!
Because it's gonna be so fucking stupid if I'm right. There's like an obvious. I looked at the name and it completely just stopped. I hope it's
what you got, old man? You got anything?
I don't know why. I was thinking like Sanjay Dutt, but I don't think he was in.
Ooh, that'd have been a good one. That's not that.
He's in AEW.
Yeah, is he really?
Oh, he is in AEW.
I forgot.
Yeah, he's currently in AEW.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's currently a champion, I think, in AAA. No, he's not. That's sad.
And I think Sanjay won the X Division title.
Yeah.
I guess I'll steal your other guess since you already have the idea.
I peep behind the curtain and
just want to. Like, I'm just so cute. Well, you'll tell me.
He won't tell you. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You'll tell me in a second.
I'll say first what I think it is. The first name that just jumped out and looked at me.
No, because I want to give this entire. I have a presentation for this. He deserves it.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. I can't even think of an X Division guy.
He's billed from the deep blue sea.
Oh, fuck.
Shark Boy.
Yeah. So I looked on like Slammiversary card. Once it said Shark Boy, I'm like, oh, okay, he's never won a title. Apparently.
Shark Boy, man.
I forgot that he was in WCW.
You know what the best part of Shark Boy was? He's just Stone Cold Steve Austin if he was a shark. That's the whole premise of this character.
Shark Boy,
like his finisher is the stunner. I think it's like it's the chummer or something. I think is what it's called.
Something.
I wish you would have did like suicide or something like that. That would have been funnier.
That'd have been a good one too, but I wouldn't have been able to say the name on YouTube.
You're gonna bleep it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bleep you now. Change his name. Austin Aries.
No, because he wasn't the main one. It was Christopher Daniels. I forgot what.
Is that really who? I couldn't remember who it was.
Daniels has also been Under the Mask.
Gotcha.
They had. I think they had like 3 different guys.
Loki was also.
Yeah, and then.
Because it was revealed to be Austin Aries, but he was actually never the one under the mask, which is funnier.
So, just reading the Wikipedia, there's a funny little tidbit of information in case you were wondering.
Please say it's you stopped right where I got to with a lawsuit.
Where he filed a lawsuit against Miramax Films for the adventures
For
of Shark Boy and Lava
Wait,
Girl.
Lava Girl.
For
Okay.
trademark and demand any money/profits.
Yo, he's a
They
king,
dismissed it, by the way, in case anybody gave a
of
shit.
course.
That's
dumb.
fucking hilarious.
Oh shit, that's hilarious though.
Good try, guys. Good try.
I just don't. Dean Roll, El Piranha.
Oh, Piranha, yeah.
I hate you for this. I hate.
Hey, that was a good one.
Okay, Deep Blue Drop in the start.
Hails from 20,000 leagues under the sea.
Oh fuck.
Oh god. All right. Let's talk wrestling, guys. That's what everybody's here for. Nobody gives a shit about my stupid games, and that's fine. They make me laugh. Which pay-per-view we want to go with first? Bad Blood, since it's the older one?
It's the shorter one.
Well, I mean, any pay-per-view outside of an AEW pay-per-view is the shorter one.
Well, I mean,
Exactly.
these WWE pay-per-views have been
Trash. It's mid. I'll be real with you. It's mid.
Yeah, I mean,
mid. It was a 2-match card. You can't tell me I'm wrong. I stand by this.
I mean, I can argue technically it was still a match card.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of. There were what 6 matches?
I would say, was it 6 matches? God, I don't remember being
or
6.
5.
2.
You have. It's 5 probably.
Yeah, 5.
Okay. Cool.
That's been the theme.
Yeah.
I would say it was a 4-match pay-per-view.
No.
Because
you had the Hell in a Cell,
which was great.
And you have the opener and the closer. The rest of them could have happened on Raw and SmackDown. I promise you.
You know what? I hate to. I would say no to the Liv Rhea match. Yes to Damian. Yes, I agree with the Damian and Priest and Finn match, although that was a good match.
It should have been Gunther and Sammy for that match.
That's.
I don't know why they did.
So that's the weird thing.
I know why they did.
Is you don't have your World Heavyweight Champion on here, and you don't have either of your tag team champ, which I get because I guess Finn's competing in this. They couldn't do that one, but like, you do have another tag team champions that you could throw on here. Or you could throw, instead of having them host Bad Blood, you could have had the women's tag team match.
Oh no, Paul, I don't see color. Levesque thought it was a great idea to throw them a bone and say host, and that'll be the representation of a black community. That's not how this works. It's crazy that Sean has more could see the writing on the wall better.
I was waiting for a response to
I don't see color bullshit. Remember when Cody Rhodes said that and his wife had to tell him, do not say that because that's disrespectful? Yeah. And he promised to never say those lines again?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if Triple H, who dressed as the Croc, could say that.
Like, you're not wrong. I forgot.
I don't know if you're the guy to say that one, man. That's almost that's almost as bad as X-Pac coming out and saying it as Mizark.
Yeah. Oh no. And then immediately after that bullshit, didn't learn his lesson and had the women's tag match on SmackDown go 2 minutes and interrupt and had 2 of your black female NXT. This is a prime time to get these 2 over to a general audience, to the main roster audience, and had their interest interrupted by Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Fucking great idea.
Yeah.
Whoever thought of that needs to be shot in the knee.
So the Hell in a Cell match was good. He put on a great match.
Still not as good as the Dog Collar match.
It's the what?
Dog Collar match. MJF versus CM Punk. I need them to hit that peak. It's gonna show up.
I did like it better than the Strat match. I will say that.
Oh yeah.
I guess they're writing him off for a little time. Is he injured, or is he just kind of doesn't want to do Saudi Arabia?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think the Saudi Arabian government like him too much. Yeah. Remember that tweet he did towards the Miz?
Vaguely, yeah.
go suck a blood money covered cock in
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, I don't think the Saudi government want him there.
That's fair.
And I don't think he wants to be there.
I liked the Liv Rhea match, although the ending I wasn't
Botched.
well. I can get over that, you know. I just
No,
be
'cause it makes
more.
everybody look stupid at the end.
I don't think it makes him look stupid. I think that's a bit of
Yes,
an
it
over.
makes. Yes,
I
because the booking of it. Okay, the original ending was Raquel helps Liv, and Liv gets a visual pin on Rhea, even though she cheated. But what happened was Raquel attacked Rhea in front of the ref, and the ref had no choice but to call it a DQ. So that makes Liv look stupid, because why would you plan for someone to help you and you lose? It makes Raquel look stupid because she didn't think, hey, the ref can see me. This is going to be a DQ.
I mean,
in all fairness, there's been plenty of times the refs have seen DQs and gone meh.
But this is more like I
It's
can't
it's
avoid
a
this.
heel, so like you can
You
get
can write it
away
off
with
as, hey,
Like-
they just want to keep their title.
right.
Yeah,
You could write that off that way, and I could get that. It was still not executed properly, but at least it was the heel. You know, it would be one thing if like a returning baby face saved a baby through the DQ. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that.
I
And
think
then
the
you're
best
like,
way to do that
you
is like
fucked up.
Randy Orton style.
Just slap the
Remember
ref in the fucking
Yeah,
face.
that's the only time a heel DQing themselves to keep the belt made sense, like worked out. Where
Cena trying to like cover his laugh.
Yeah, just like
oh man.
it felt more like Dom was the focus of the match too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, your top women's feud is over a guy.
Ballsy
We are
move for
really
him
going-
to hang from that cage though. Fuck that shit. I mean,
Also, you couldn't hang above the ring because the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that was.
oh, that's
yeah.
true.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't even think. I was wondering. I was like, man, it's really weird that they're like keeping him out here because
Why'd they put him on the rampway? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no! Once I saw, I'm like, oh yeah, they did do a Hell in a Cell because the Hell in a Cell is gonna be over the ring. So how the hell are you gonna do this?
Oh man,
You can't take down the cell to put the fucking shark cage up.
Just do it brood style and have him on top of the cage and then lift the cage back up.
Might as well. But no, I think they shouldn't have did the shark cage match if they were playing the Hell in a Cell. I think
Yeah.
that was just poor planning.
or just keep it on the ground. I mean, who says it
Yeah.
has to be hung up?
I guess because they wanted to do the bit where
Sharks can't fly.
No, they had to do the bit where he hangs upside down.
I
from the
almost
shark
got
cage.
him. I almost got him. I saw it. I saw it in your eyes the second I said it.
Joke's on you. I've watched Sharknado.
But yeah, Damien and Finn could have been a Raw match, and that's to say it was a bad match. It's a good match. It just
And why did Damien win? Finn needed to win more than Damien.
yeah, they haven't. Triple H has a notorious time here lately, where the heels lose too early.
Fucking Finn Balor.
Where it's just like, we're getting heat with this. Let him lose. Like, Priest could lose this match and it just fuels the match, not really detriment. Finn losing
you can
this.
You can do it with distractions.
Yeah,
and like
which is what they
outside
kind of
interference.
seemed like they were doing with it.
No, because I don't want to hear because people complain about AEW no selling finishers, but this was our prime example. Fucking taking 2 coup de grace and then just
Wasn't
getting
it
up
3?
No, I think it was 2 and he caught the third one. Or
Was
did they
it?
do
I
one?
for some reason
it
I
was
had
1.
3 where he hit one and then hit him with 2 standing coup de grace or like to the back.
It could have been, but I feel like it was like 1 in the match, kick out, and then he
Maybe
did
it was the
1,
third one he
2,
caught him.
setting up for a third, catches it,
That's right. I
1
think you're
south
right.
of heaven, and that's a 1, 2, 3. That's what's like. Now you just make Finn look like a complete.
Yeah, it ruins him, whereas Damien losing doesn't do that and fuels the continuation of the story. Because the thing is, now that he's beat him, what now?
Yeah, because now we're going into Edge versus Judgment Day territory of just keep beating them over and over.
Yeah.
Like where it doesn't matter if Finn wins down the line.
You've built this group up as a force for so long, and now we're going right back to just having them lose every week.
Now it just seems like it was just Rhea and Damien. The rest didn't matter. They were all just goofball. Then we had Nia and Bailey.
They did all the setup for that match just for it to be yeah, I wasn't super into this match to begin with, although I do enjoy Bailey, and Nia's been doing pretty well as champion.
This was like a step back to old Nia.
Yeah.
Watching the Hurricane Run, like, that was not the greatest. I don't fault her for that.
But it wasn't a bad match. It just, like you said, even the championship match, this is like, it felt like a SmackDown style match.
Yeah. And then we had Triple H's big announcement, pulling out Tony Khan here.
Oh God!
An announcement that just no one cared about.
Who asked for that? Who wants this? Like, I don't.
The Saudi prince.
Like, now we have to have. Well, I'll let you say it before I fucking spoil it, so I can say what it was.
Fuck it. Yeah. Basically, they're taking the Survivor Series gimmick and giving it to the Crown Jewel event, where the top champions, male and female, face off for this giant gold, ugly fucking belt that is just gonna stay in Saudi and never gonna talk about on actual television. People, what didn't one of y'all compare it or
championship?
Yeah, at least if you win the Owen, it's not the champions; it's a tournament for a chance at the championship.
Yeah,
but this is just putting the top champions into a match
which you could do that without that belt.
Yeah, but
like I'm fine with Crown Jewel being a champion versus champion. That's fine. I don't mind that. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna take our Raw champion and our SmackDown champion, because I liked that gimmick for Survivor Series. Although it took away from big Survivor Series matches or like big like championship matches at a Survivor Series. So okay, you're doing that at Crown Jewel. I'm fine with that. You don't need that stupid title
because that's the thing is, are they going to carry this title throughout the year and then redefend it at Crown Jewel?
No, it is basically whoever wins it wins that belt for the year. It is just like the Owen belt. They're gonna win it, but at least, like I said, because people comparing, at least the Owen meant, hey, this person won a tournament of matches and they're facing the.
But then come next year when we have new champions and then they face each other, then what is the point of that?
I don't know. I feel like the Rock's belt at this point makes more sense. He just carries. His emotional support belt.
Well, his I'm like, all right, it's just an ego thing. Belt. Like, yeah, and that's what it is. It's just that adds to the character of I'm the people's champ, and now I have a belt that says so.
It was
I need to feed my ego because, like, I'm the Rock. I do it.
It was handed to me by Muhammad Ali's widow. It has to. Yeah, fucking who cares? I slay the cow that went into the leather of this belt. I mine the gold that made this title. Like, who gives two fucks? Come on. It's so funny that CM Punk's pipe bomb still rings true to this fucking day. Yeah. The fact that Dwayne headlines WrestleMania and I'm not makes me sick.
I knew he was coming back because he said something like, go fuck yourself, Phil, or something like that on Twitter, like the night before, because there was a report that the Drew CM Punk match was not going to be an event, it was going to be a tag match.
Yep. Once it said it was going, I knew the Hell in a Cell was going on first. It was like, so they're doing something big. And then the Pat McAfee thing kind of spoiled it, where he's talking to Cody and Pat just goes, oh, heard the big man's coming back. And Cody goes, which one? It's like, people like, oh, he could have been Rumble. Like, no, you're talking about The Rock.
God damn it, Pat.
Yeah, because he said it on camera. It's like, all right, cool, fuck it. Who cares? You know it's Dwayne. And like, he came. This is the thing. If he would have said something or it built to the feud down the line, cool. That's understandable. He came out,
raised an eyebrow.
and then left. My guy, you could have did that at the beginning. No one would have fucking cared.
Yeah.
Cool. They're setting up the triple threat. He did a little Instagram live when he left. He said, "Fuck you, Cena." Cool.
Go eat your fruity pebbles.
Yeah, because I think he passes a truck with Dusty, Cody, and then across is John Cena. So
No,
like,
it was Stone Cold. It was Stone Cold, Dusty, and then John. Because he goes, he's like, this guy, I love this guy, you know.
Love this guy. Love you, hate your son. Go eat your fucking fruity pebbles.
It's that 50 Cent meme all over again.
Why is it
fuck me for it?
Keeping the gimmick alive.
What's funny is the amount of times we've quoted that specific meme on this podcast alone is really crazy.
It's one of my favorites.
But yeah, it was unnecessary.
Just like, what was it? Rock's gonna take a swing of this good shit. And he goes to, damn, it's some good shit. It's great. Yeah, which I mean the tag match was good. I really enjoyed it. I liked having it be Roman and Solo as the last two, you know, going at it. You had Cody give his salute to the tribal chief as he
killing himself.
Killed himself. Took him and Fatu out, and
you have the third fucking Tonga.
Yeah.
Me.
And then of course Jimmy Uso makes his, which I didn't realize he had been gone for so long.
Yeah.
Like in my head, I'm like, oh man, it has been like a few months now that he's been gone. Like
he was only around for like almost a month after WrestleMania, and then got attacked. Yeah.
But
helps the win. You know, how do you feel about Solo and them losing this match? Do you think that was?
Oh, there was no way they didn't. They won this match.
Yeah, as the superpowers. Like at this point.
Yeah,
they were just missing a flexing handshake to signify.
I like Jimmy being Roman's conscience in this scenario when they left. It's like, come on, he helped us win. Might as well.
I do. Yeah. So I will say, and this is kind of jumping a little ahead, is I do like the demeanor Roman has now with not having like, I mean, the way Jimmy puts it, not having, he's a tribal chief without a tribe. And it's kind of a very different demeanor of, you know, it's, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it, where it's almost kind of,
it's a reset.
Yeah, it's him resetting himself, but he's not as arrogant now. It's, you know, he understands that like
he's still arrogant, but he didn't do a complete 180 that you see. Oh, he's a good guy now.
Yeah,
so like he's going back.
He's more like big dog, like Roman, in the way he speaks.
Yeah,
more jokey. But at the same time, it's like if shit got serious, he can turn on the tribal chief.
It's, you know, he acknowledges Jimmy, which is not. I mean, that's very much
something he would never do
in character. And even I do like, was it Jimmy doing the?
And he just high fives. I'm like, all right.
So I do like that it isn't just tribal chief Roman Reigns. Like there is some hints of difference and just like not huge, obviously like changes, but small, minute, like him acknowledging Jimmy. You know, a less, I wouldn't say serious demeanor, but more of just kind of a I'm here to do business and you know let's figure it out kind of demeanor. So that has been nice seeing that. And like you said, kind of Jimmy being less of the goofball and more of the conscious in this scenario now.
Because he doesn't have a wise man. He doesn't have the title.
Yeah.
So it's like
I am curious when Paul Heyman makes a comeback.
Next pay-per-view.
Probably. You think so? That dog scared the shit out of me for you. I don't know why.
He comes out of the darkness.
There's the other one, just fucking out of the darkness. And there's the one. God damn.
Out of the darkness.
What were they, Batmaning back there? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Turn a light on.
They were just waiting.
It's the fact that I can't see the dog's eyes. I just see a shadow.
Just dog. It's not even
being.
It's a figure.
But yeah, no, it's like what makes Roman that maniacal like tribal chief is the fact that he had all that around him. Now with all that, what's left?
And of course, they kind of hint to we need help. I know somebody that can help, and which that would be an interesting dynamic because you're bringing Jay, who is a champion now, into the fold where there's a tribal chief who's not a champion.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
kind of
acknowledge Jimmy.
Yeah, who's the pecking order now in that scenario?
Because this will lead to what 4-4 for
yes
for War Games, or are we doing 3-on-3?
It's got so here's my thing. It's got to be
War Games
Sammy,
ha-
right? Like this has got to be a redemption arc to a degree.
But this is the thing. How do you fill out the bloodline? Because it's 4.
Yeah, there's 4.
So it's
Solo,
4. Yeah,
Fatu,
no,
and the Tongas.
I don't know why I just blended the fucking Thomas together.
I mean,
only one is actually a good wrestler, but
yeah, I absolutely think you'll see Jay reluctantly come back, and Jay will talk Sammy to fill that out because Sammy's not teaming with Kevin. He's not really connected with any of that crew at the moment, and that's obviously going to turn into their whole thing. Now,
no, I feel like at first Jay's gonna say, no, you need Sammy.
Or Sammy will convince.
Like, hey,
kind of.
I was honorary Oos, but you're the real Oos.
Kind of a reverse, where like originally this was Roman trying to convince like, hey, like he's good, and Jimmy trying to convince Jay. Now it's gonna be kind of the other way around of him convincing Jay to join Roman. Which I mean, I think that'd be interesting. I think that's a fun kind of attention to detail. But yeah, so when are we doing War Games its own pay-per-view, or is it still just a Survivor Series?
It's Survivor Series.
Yeah.
When is Survivor Series again? I know. I feel like I fucking ask this every time we do this. Okay, so
like
we're
right around.
So it'll be
November 30th. It's the end of November.
Crown and Jewel, and then
Crown Jewel is the beginning of November, and Survivor Series is the end of November.
That's right, because Halloween Havoc's the only pay-per-view this month, correct?
Yes, it's the 30th Saturday.
Yeah.
So I think Crown Jewel is the second Saturday.
Gotcha. So yeah, the War Games.
4-on-4, Bloodline of Roman, Usos, and
either Cody or Sammy, depending on where the Kevin Owens thing goes.
Yeah. It could be Sammy.
I think you could switch either of those out and it'd be fun. Because it's not going to be Randy, it's not going to be Kevin, it's not, they're going to have their own.
Oh yeah, because they released backstage footage of KO attacking Randy.
Yeah. Supposedly.
Well, it's the same footage.
No, I just meant more supposedly in the sense of Randy Orton's perpetrating all of this. Because he's handling it like he said he would to Cody. But then, so, I don't remember what Wrestle Dream's fucking card looked like.
Like 13 matches.
Jesus Christ, guys.
That's with the pre-show.
We gotta shorten that shit a little bit.
Yeah.
Like 13 seems excessive.
So other than the pre-show, it did open with Jay White and Adam Page.
Yeah.
Good match.
Kind of. It's rough because I think either one losing, you'd look at that and go, I don't know that person should have. You just had Jay White come back, so like, do you have him come back and lose immediately? But Adam Page also just kind of got a big win, so can he take the loss, or do you?
Yes, because he's fucking. Because it makes sense. It makes more sense for Hangman to lose because his whole gimmick right now is just going more and more insane.
Yeah.
So him biting a loss to a returning Jay White, it's like, he's just gonna go even further down the rabbit hole and just start attacking everybody he sees.
Right.
I do like the finish of the match of Jay White countering a buckshot into the switchblade.
Yeah.
Continuing their forever feud that Hangman has never beat Jay White 1-on-1.
Oh yeah. Then you
But
had.
yeah, it was a 13 match card.
What's
with
funny
the
is like,
pre-show.
because I'm looking at the times for each too. Is like, oh my god, do some of these need to be?
Yep. So then the next match is Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale, which
God, they gave.
people are kind of contemplating whether or not that was the original plan of the match. Like
Yeah.
plan of, because there are rumors that it was supposed to be Mariah versus Britt,
And that whole
but
situation.
Britt got strep.
Yeah.
So
Also,
weird.
the press thing after the fact, the media scrum
Rough.
was fucking awkward as shit.
Because no one had a single question to ask Mariah May. And it was
That's
just silence.
crazy.
Which is disrespectful to her, and like this made me care about Mariah May way more because she was just talking. Like, what the fuck are y'all here for?
Right.
Y'all shouldn't be doing press. If y'all have not a single question to ask, what are y'all here for?
Well, also, I did think it was funny. They had 3 different people from the same outlet.
Yeah, that they need to switch that up next time they do.
You had 3 guys from, and I know it's the Observer, and that's the holy grail of sucking Tony's cock, but like, you don't need 3 guys from the same
Was Chris Van Fleet there?
media. I don't know that he was. I love him.
He always has great questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's just that. He is the epitome
Honestly,
of what it should be like to be a fucking wrestling journalist.
A mix between Chris and Dave would actually be a blessing in wrestling.
Yeah.
I think the only time where I'm like, I can understand, because you have Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful, and then you have Denise Salcedo, but she also has like a different outlet that she works with. So
Yeah,
like,
and
I
she
don't
does
consider
solo.
that like 2 from Fightful, whereas it was Brian, Vinny, and Dave from the Observer.
Yeah.
Dude, what are we doing?
I feel like they were all just there to watch, and then like, hey, you want to do press because we have some open seats.
But then they were all asking questions like at the same person, and I'm like, guys, what? Guys, let somebody else ask a question.
Well, we couldn't see who wanted to ask questions, so it could have been a situation of no one had questions, so fuck it, just let them take the reign.
Yeah, because who was it that
one kid that answers every question?
Oh, it was Takeshita, where like all 3 of them got involved at the same question thing, and
because the media scrum was short, so
yeah,
it was Mariah, it was Takeshita, it was, I think it was like only 3 people because they didn't do John, they didn't do Brian.
They probably got hologram back there, right?
No, but
it's wild they made Ricochet wrestle twice that night.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, solid match. I feel like Willow should be the next women's champion.
Yes.
I need her to be
okay with that.
Yeah. Women's champion in 2025. Because so many times she's been accidental champion.
Yeah.
Because she was accidentally the New Japan Strong champion. She was accidentally the CMLL champion or AAA.
Oh, that's
CMLL.
Right. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was CMLL because that was the one Stephanie Vicure had.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Because she no-showed, so they needed a new champion. They put it on Willow. So she got him run as TBS champion for a while before she lost that belt to Mercedes. So AEW really does have like a shallow pool of baby faces, especially for the women, actually.
And it's across the board though, because it's men and women, and you're like, man.
You have Britt, but does anybody want a Britt Baker title run? You have Jamie Hayter.
That's probably your biggest female baby.
That's probably the Australia match. No, because Tony, it has to be Tony, right? The Tony Mariah May rematch.
But that's not, Australia's not until February, right?
Yeah. If they plan on keeping the belt on her, but
I would assume they
I would
are, but
rather-
then what are you doing until then? Like, who else do you?
You can do the Brit match. That's Full Gear. Then you have World's End. You only have 2 pay-per-views.
Yeah, but that's still you need to find 2 more people.
Queen Amanada again.
We Nominella, what? What did you say?
And
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
returning.
Queen Amanada?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
No, that I was.
I was clarifying.
he
I
was-
heard.
he was
I was like
lost.
Queen Amidala.
Oh.
Who the fuck is?
Oh, sorry. Queen Amanada, and then returning. What is her name? Julia Hart.
Yeah.
For World's End.
Okay.
That's
Pivot
That keeps us-
question here for a second. Did they ever classify whether or not AEW was coming to Max? Wasn't that something we talked about?
yes.
So yeah, they're doing
Pay-per-views at
Yeah. Oh,
least?
actually, so we didn't. I guess we didn't. So the Warner Brothers Discovery deal got announced. I know we're kind of jumping all over the place, but since you asked,
Sorry, I knew if I didn't
no,
know,
no,
I was
no,
gonna forget.
it's okay because I don't think we would have mentioned it
At all.
because we talked about it, but
Yeah.
we didn't talk about it here
So simulcast on TV.
for Collision and Dynamite.
Yep.
Which is cool because now since I
Even
don't
the
have
West.
cable, I can watch
Fucking
Collision and Dynamite.
same. I'm super psyched about it. I can actually start keeping up with AEW shit.
Yeah. And that means the West Coast will get it earlier than the actual broadcast
Yeah.
on cable because it is
Oh,
shown.
I thought they were going to simulcast for the West Coast the same
No.
time.
It's East Coast. So
No. I thought they were going to specify based off of like count location or whatever.
I think it's just generally just live from the East Coast.
Interesting. Okay.
So
Do you think that they'll simulcast it again for? I didn't.
No, I
guess
think it's
not.
just simulcast for the East Coast and then just shown on TV. 'Cause I think it's just you can do the replay after.
Oh, right. You have access to the replays. Because I was like, man, it would suck because there are people who just can't catch it
Yeah.
early because of like work and shit. Like I'm one of those people. I get out of work at 8:00, so like I can catch it as it starts, but I'd be like,
Yeah. And I like how Onyx jinxed.
Yeah, I did. It's fine.
what?
Your mic.
Every so often.
Did it?
Yeah, it's been doing it for a little bit.
Not like a lot, but every so often.
Yeah. Enough to catch it. So when it comes to pay-per-views, this is where the big like kerfuffle happened where a lot of people are pissed off. They're coming to Max.
But you
But
gotta pay
later-
They're coming down later and they're sold at a discounted rate.
Yeah. I am
There's
one of
not
those people that does not like that.
It's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. This is more of a if you've been watching WWE for the longest and their Peacock subscription kind of shot them in the foot.
Yes, my thing is
I'm
now
looking from a business standpoint, not an entertainment standpoint.
here's right. I understand what you're saying.
Yep.
My thing is the Max subscription is already more money than Peacock.
Yes.
So I'm paying more and then I still have to get
extra.
and they haven't said what the discount is. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
There's no financial value added to any of this yet, which is rough. So it's maybe it's not so bad, maybe it's really bad, maybe it's in the middle, and we don't know that yet. We also don't know when it's
Coming out.
going to take place because they said later in 2025. So we could potentially still be a year away from pay-per-views being on Max.
Yeah.
So
That was my biggest issue I had with Plus for like UFC fights. It's like you
Yeah.
can watch UFC fights on ESPN Plus
if you pay $100,
if you pay the normal $70 rate. And I'm like, well, then why don't I just get a fucking pay-per-view for the same money? Why am I paying you to have access to something I already have to pay for?
pay you a
Yeah.
handling fee for me to get the same shit
Warner
I
Brothers-
can get.
So the way I see it is, Warner Brothers is basically saying most people have Max. You're already paying for
Yeah.
Max. Just hey, if you're a wrestling fan, you can buy the pay-per-views at a discounted price. I'm just hoping for the same price that Fight has. 20. They normally do like $24 or $20 for a pay-per-view
Right.
because that's what I've been paying.
Yeah.
Well, they'll say 24, but discounted to 20, and they'll do triples like sets, like $60 for Wrestle Dream, Full Gear, Worlds End together. They'll do
Right, like
bundles.
a combo deal. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I hope they do. That's what I'm banking on.
Yeah.
Because that's not that bad.
But the only problem is it's still all up in the air. So it's like
Yeah.
none of us really know
'Cause
what's gonna happen yet.
I think Warner Brothers saw the Peacock thing with WWE because I know WWE probably are mad at themselves. They didn't do this before
Yeah.
because once that Peacock deal is up, no one knows how that's gonna work. Because if they pretty much shot themselves in the foot because they can't go back on it.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
moment
they
they start,
could.
they could, but it's
They
gonna.
could.
But a lot of people are gonna be angry about it.
That's
Well,
never stopped them.
a lot of people are angry about a lot of things. So
Yeah. So might as
you
well
know,
say, hey, we're not doing the whole if you have Max, you get the pay-per-views for free thing.
my
'Cause
thing
you-
is, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
It was just hey, if we do it and then the Max deal runs out in 3 years and we switch subscribers, not everybody's gonna do it. Most of AEW makes their money in pay-per-view buys anyway, so might as well.
My thing is, when you said it, I actually had something I wanted to kind of touch on with that. From a business standpoint, I'm for it because them being profitable means they continue, and that's I think ultimately what reasonable people want. I think all of us don't want them to just go out of business. But that did spark a thing in my brain that I had read from some fans on Twitter, and of course Twitter, hell, human, where it's like, I don't care if they don't turn a profit. I just want them to continue to do what they're doing for me. And I'm like, okay, but say that's the case and they don't grow the business, right? And I know like I catch shit for like wanting to be the person that's like, I want them to grow the business because if they don't grow the business, they potentially run out of the business to be had, and then it's not there anymore. And as much as we crack jokes at AEW, like I don't want them going out. I do enjoy the shows that they put on. I don't always agree with how they do things, but I don't always agree with how WWE does things.
Yeah.
Like a one side or the other kind of thing. I mean, we just spent 20 minutes shitting on the last pay-per-view, and we spend every week shitting on the format of the recent pay-per-views that aren't like your big two. So like at least some of them have been like really good. But even then, I don't. How long have they been doing the 5-match format? It's been
a while.
It's been a bit.
And it's
Well, it
never
started when
it's
Triple
never
H took over.
It's never the 5 matches that make sense.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. If you made a 5-match card and it wasn't that long, and it was a solid 5-match card, I don't think you'd have as much complaint. I mean, again, still 5 matches with bullshit in the middle, so there's still enough to complain about there. But like, if all 5 matches on the card were solid, it's not as painful to get through.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, no. I just think it's funny that there are a sector of people that are like, the hardcore fan of AEW that are like, I don't care if they don't make. And I'm like, I understand what you're saying because like you like the product and you don't want the product to change in any way, but like sometimes you have to change the product enough. I'm not saying they need to do a complete 180, go PG, market to kids, do all the bullshit. You don't have to go the what was it 2008 WWE route 2000.
Yeah.
Whenever they like did that full scale kind of switch over to like, well, for lack of a better way to put it, a shittier product at the time. some things do need to be had to change for them to continue to run a business. Because while they might be billionaires, there's only so much money you can spend before you're like, all right, I can't financially do this. Like, I don't want Tony Khan to go broke just to entertain us for an extra 2 years. Like, let him sustain a profit. And obviously, with the deal, he's profit. And with the pay per view format, hopefully, it's a reasonable pay per view. I'm watching streaming prices, like streamer Max and Netflix and Hulu and all these bundles.
$24 now.
Everything, yeah, everything's just going up in price. So like,
Don't even
that's
start
where
on that.
that's where as a consumer I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm already paying my subscription just went up. Fucking however much a month I was paying for the year, it went up like $20 or $30 for the year for Max for me. And now I got to pay more for this. And again, there's still no timetable, which I don't know if that's because they have like a deal with somebody else
Probably
that they can't. And that's what I mean. So I don't know if they can't, like, they just can't discuss the timeline of it. I don't know.
Okay, so I think the reason why that one's coming later in the year, it's because they have to work out certain deals with like movie theaters, fight. I know Bleacher Report ended their contract recently,
Okay.
and they're sending out emails as a way to get the pay-per-views you purchased. But I feel like because the fight is still a thing, and not everyone has Max, they're trying to find a way that benefits all parties, so everyone's like equal.
Right.
Because Fight has AEW Plus for like $8 a month, and then because you have AEW Plus, you have a discounted price.
Right.
So, also,
Yeah, I mean, and the deal just got announced like last week. So I mean, there's still shit that's going to be up in the out.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean, shit that's not out yet that will come out.
Yeah.
But double dipping in the announcements of deals, AEW has an official Mexican. They're on ESPN Mexico. They have a deal with them now.
Yeah.
Or is it Fox Mexico?
I thought it was
It's
Fox.
definitely not Fox.
It's I think it is Fox Mexico.
Yeah, because there was a rumored deal with Fox, and then there wasn't really any.
Yep, Fox Sports Mexico.
Yes,
is the official home for AEW. Oh, it's because Swerve spoke to a podcaster when he didn't know a camera was on him and said we're going to Fox. But that's how that worked. Just a slip of the tongue around people, and he didn't know a camera was on him.
All right, Pat McAfee.
Yeah, no, that was more planned. This is more like we're in a very public set. I think we was at a festival or like Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's just like a kind of it's like a whatever setting, and then he
was just talking. So, but back to
the car,
Wrestle Dream. We can kind of skip around.
Yeah, because there's some who gives a shit about the hologram match.
Yeah, that could have been a dynamite match.
Yeah, I already watched Ricochet. I don't need to. No.
Mark versus Chris could have been on Dynamite.
I don't care what you say. The fucking Ricochet joke never gets old. I love it every time. No,
it's so stupid but effective.
The Osprey match, I really enjoyed the triple threat match. The
right person won.
Yeah.
Yep. Kyle Fletcher turned heel on Will Ospreay.
Yep.
His best friend.
Kind of knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Sucks, but
yeah.
Anything to get to Cash, it makes everyone look not. Everyone comes out strong. Ricochet had a good showing. Will Ospreay had a good showing. Takeshita, your new champion. I want to see him take this belt to like New Japan or All Japan. Like he goes back to Japan and just carries the belt with him.
Don Callis did say in the media scrum that he's going to be a true international champion, wrestle internationally with it, and I'm like, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Like, take it to Japan and go wrestle, somewhere that
because I think
Yeah.
he's part of the New Japan Strong show that's coming up.
Probably.
I didn't know that.
I know Mercedes Monet is on the poster for it. I believe there is another person from AEW that's on that poster. It's like Capital or something.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I think it's Style Evolved.
I didn't see the poster for it, so I don't remember.
Just looking over this
Let's see.
card. Oh boy,
Yes,
the young Bucks retain.
Young-
Surprise.
yeah. I really wish Private Party won, but
Yeah.
hey, they're still probably waiting for Kenny to come back.
They did a Hogan post because somebody had put out that there was a lot of backstage urging for Private win, and they responded to that on Twitter and said that's not going to work for us, brother. And I, at least you're keeping the gimmick going.
It's gonna work for us, brother.
Yeah, so it's fine. Like,
I have a weird, just because you said that, it segued for me. So my wife, God love her, is not a wrestling person by any means, but very supportive. Knows that I do this. She tunes in from time to time. And we were sitting there last week, and she goes, "Hey, I think you'd think this is funny." She shows me her phone, and it was a Hulk Hogan meme where it was it was really stupid, but it was when the doctor tells you not everybody's your brother, and it's just like him crying,
like sad Hulk Hogan face. Yeah,
and I go, the fact that you thought this was funny and understood just means the world to me that you wanted to show this to me. She tries so hard to be on top of the wrestling stuff that she tries to talk to me about it all the time.
It was funny because actually that Hulk Hogan came up. I bought a Jeopardy board game.
Yeah.
That because our big thing when we were up in vacation, we play like some sort of board game, and we usually do guys versus girls because
you're sexist.
Yes,
yeah.
super sexist. But it was funny that Hulk Hogan was one of the Jeopardy questions.
Because I know this like, one, brother.
Who did they have to get the approved licensing to use the name Hulk? And they all went, "Oh, WWF." And guys, no.
Not that one.
No. But they were talking about him.
Oh, okay.
He had to go to Marvel to get the name.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that WWF could use the name
Hulk Hogan
for Hulk Hogan, and they didn't. I just don't think they understood the question.
They swapped the question itself.
You should have given the sharp one.
It was like, yeah. No, they're thinking, who did Marvel go to? I don't know why they thought that. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. But I felt so bad because I'm like, guys, no.
It's the opposite.
Because it was my wife, her sister, and her stepmother that had to answer that question. And I'm like, guys, no. You're thinking of it the wrong way. And I don't want to give them the answer because,
the answer's not in the form of a question.
But yeah, it was funny. I was like, no, guys, it's Marvel. And they're like, ah. So yeah, I just thought it was funny that question.
But yeah.
Yeah, I look at this card because we bitch like 13 matches, and I'm just like, do some of these need to be pay-per-view matches? Like the hologram match definitely doesn't. The Darby Allin.
Yeah, but it was a 2 out of 3 falls.
Who gives a shit? That's with the amount of time I'd had to watch it, I didn't want to.
Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho could have been an ROH match. Who cares?
Yeah.
You need to take 2. The pre-show, cool. It's a pre-show. That's 3 matches, or 4 hours. 4.
Here's my
issue
issue
4
with
matches for the pre-show.
Is we have the first pre-match is an 11-minute fucking with Brian Cage.
That could have been an ROH match because it was for an ROH title.
Yeah, yes.
So. All in all,
looks like the longest match was
the main event, 27 minutes.
Oh yeah, so yeah. Good grief, 27. That's crazy.
Yeah, but it is the last hurrah for the American Dragon as a full-time
Full-time dragon.
wrestler. Yeah, have to emphasize that because Jesus Christ, people do not understand that the stipulation is once he loses the belt, he is done as a full-time wrestler. He will return to wrestling as part-time when he deems it fit because he needs neck surgery.
Yeah.
He needs neck surgery. We tried to murder him back and suffocated.
And then choked
We
him out.
basically ran him over
stop
with
the
a truck
chair.
6 times.
The Shield stay undefeated.
Yes.
Because someone on Twitter brought up the fact that his last match on Raw was against Seth Rollins.
Oh,
His
shit.
last match on SmackDown and in the WWE was against Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Oh,
And his
man.
last full-time match in AEW was against John Moxley. The Shield stay together.
Stays undefeated. Jesus.
So,
And of course, you had God, I always forget the guy in this group's name every time.
Willa Yuta
Yes.
turning heel.
Turned heel finally after I don't understand why. Like, it seems
Because he understands the greater good.
maybe, I guess.
It'll be explained because he still seems reluctant to do so.
Not
This
the
is more
Darby.
like
fucking,
no, he's still looked conflicted when he hit the knee to Darby.
I guess.
Like he's being tainted, and it's like he understands that, hey, Brian's beat down. He needs to be put down for his own good. That's probably what they're gonna say.
Gotta kill him before he kills himself.
I did think it was funny
Yes.
that they like put the title in a bag and like ran off.
Yeah,
Okay. You
I don't
did
get the bag.
win fair and square. Like you didn't steal it. Like
I don't get the bag bit. I feel like they're gonna explain that because I feel like I missed something on Dynamite where they explain.
yeah, that's why I was
the
so
bag.
confused. They like packed it up in like a little black bag and like,
Have
oh
to
shit, we
have
got
to
it.
go get
Okay,
it
Orange
cleaned.
Cassidy.
Right.
Gotta get it clean, guys. Gotta get it cleaned.
It's
They're
gonna
gonna put
come out
an
like
X
with
on
a
it.
new design or something. I don't know. Like
They could.
that would be the only thing where I'd be like, oh, okay. I did like the bow Moxley after the match.
Yeah.
Before they murdered him, you know.
This does seem like, hey, we had to take him out before he takes himself out.
I just don't know if I like the choke out as the finish.
Again,
But I get
this
it.
is definitely a Brian
Choke
call.
me.
Solid match. I do like the fact that they kept the final countdown playing as they're brawling into the start of the match is crazy. We had,
But I do like the way they handled that with no music. That's why I equated it no music and you know what I mean. Like he won, but like it was kind of like a shocking.
Yeah.
you had to let the effect just take over.
Yeah.
No, I do think this was, although like we said, there's matches that could have done without. I do think this inherently was the better pay-per-view of the two. Just for match quality and storytelling. So you know, I think there's, I know as the WWE guy, I just the 5 formula and putting random matches that they don't build up whatsoever. I was
Well, because that's the thing too. That's why I was saying like if it was 5 matches but solid matches, that's one thing. The argument that you're saying now, Wrestle Dream, is like, yeah, there was a couple of matches that just didn't need to be there. And like, okay, so let's say we've bad blood card up with a couple of matches. Now there were some matches that needed to be, which is its own confusing fucking turn of events. I don't know what they were trying to go for. Let's have a title match on Raw the 2 nights after the pay per view. Kind of fucking stupid. Unless for whatever reason, well, where was it? Oh, it was in Atlanta, so it's not like they were somewhere where like somebody just couldn't make it. You know what I mean? Unless Sammy really just couldn't go for that show on Saturday. I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, it was more like they're doing what Dynamite does sometimes, where they have a championship match to boost the rating.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
because it was the first Raw for 2 hours. That
Yep.
was the show. Yeah. Okay. So that makes a little bit more sense. Although you're doing it at, you're taking away from a pay per view to do it. But I get it to a but yeah, the alternative is they fill the card up with useless matches that don't need to be, and it's like, fuck, like again, it's the show should always be more than 5-6 matches, unless 5 or 6 longer matches. Again,
Yeah.
it's just rough because it's like, all right, put on some good matches. Again, the tag team champion
No show.
in some capacity should have been on the show.
Yeah.
And this is the second or third pay-per-view that they haven't been on. The tag champions haven't been on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think it's more than that.
It might be.
I can't remember the last time the tag belts were defended.
Because hell, the last time the SmackDown belts changed hands was on a SmackDown.
Yep.
The Raw tag belts haven't been defended. Or did they just defend them recently?
They didn't win those at a pay-per-view either.
They won those on Raw.
Yeah.
Because that was part of the, like, Liv helped them get the title match.
Yep, because it was Truth and...
That was before, because they have not defended
Rhea
them.
came back. Yeah.
They have not defended those since they won them.
And Truth and Miz won them at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been like 4 months since they've had the title, and they haven't done anything with it.
Because they got the original belts. They had the pre-change design.
Yeah. But
and SmackDown was WrestleMania.
No.
Because it was the match for both belts.
Where they divided it.
A-Town Down Under won. And then lost them.
Oh, you're talking pay-per-view that yes. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that was the last time
I'm
defending
both. I was just saying in general that the Raw title, like the Raw tag titles, haven't been defended. It came.
Yeah.
So like that.
The last time either one was defended on pay-per-view was WrestleMania for both.
And then
the women's tag title was defended at
Bash at Berlin.
Bash in Berlin because
that's when Jade and Bianca won them back.
Yeah.
No, that's when they lost them.
No, they lost it. We did this last time. They lost them at Clash, won them at Bash.
Oh, Bash in Berlin. That's sorry, Clash at the Castle.
Yes.
I was thinking for some reason that Bash in Berlin, but my brain was
too many of these pay-per-views rhyme.
Yes. Why the international pay-per-views? So yeah, no.
And then not to mention
the Castle, they lost the titles. Bash at Berlin, they won the titles.
They won them back.
And I know we said it a few minutes ago. I just don't understand how you don't have your world heavyweight champion defending on the pay-per-view. That just seems like such a weird fucking move.
And then promote him heavily on the next Saudi show, and that's only because CM Punk ain't working the Saudi show.
Yeah,
I don't care how much money they give him, because he's gonna seem like the biggest hypocrite if he ever goes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I mean, he already seems like a big hypocrite for WWE in the first place.
Hey,
no, because that's more of a
fixed all of that.
No, he didn't. But okay, I feel like he did worse. But well, in some aspects, there were some. I feel like Vince, for all his fucking shortcomings and weird shit, I feel like he does it. Well, no, because the whole fucking black champion thing. Never mind. Fuck it. Throw that whole concept away.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like black champions under Vince McMahon has been Booker T. All the black champions that lost to Brock Lesnar. Bianca. I mean, not Bianca. Well, Bianca's the best black book champion. Just out of everyone.
Yeah.
I would say Booker T was probably one of the best booked black champions. I mean, we're talking about
overall, I say Bianca, but for men is Booker T.
Yeah, because that King Booker run was pretty solid.
Yeah.
King Booker.
Yeah, it might have been irritating at times, but I mean, he was on a hell of a run.
And that's because Booker made. It's an asterisk to it because Booker was entertaining to Vince, and that kind of changes the dynamic of like, did you like him because he was talented or he made you laugh? And then it's like, was he like a joke to you, like a jester?
Which is odd because like Booker T is really good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate that for him too. Because I just like not. I don't mean in any certain way. Like I hate that for Booker T just because
No, because
he
he was there
deserves
for
every bit of respect for it and title shots and whatnot. Because he was, like you said, the King Booker was a great run. Him and Angle had some great fucking back and forths.
Speaking of Booker T and respect, I have lost respect for him a little bit
Oh yeah.
over the years of him doing NXT
Okay.
because he's getting dangerously close to uh Lawler style of like
Being a really about the
lusting over.
women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really like obvious now. Like it's getting like really weird.
Booker, what would
He didn't
Charmel have to say about this?
him. Okay, gonna go on a quick rant. Fuck Sexy Red. On God, I need her off my fucking television.
Yeah,
I need her to stop showing up in WWE. Get her off that fucking television. I didn't need Booker dancing to Sexy Red on at the fucking booth, at the fucking announcing table. Didn't need that. Go back, sit down, or your fucking DoorDash, and shut up. I don't need him lusting over Lola Vice or fucking Jada Parker or any of them when they shake ass. Don't need it.
I mean, you could do it just quietly.
Yeah, it's to yourself.
I think the only time that work is fucking. It's one thing. You're married. Everyone has seen your wife. You are way too old for this. Even like, let's see, not even in AW, like Nigel McGuinness doing the whole
Mariah,
Mariah May
yeah.
thing. But it's like for a fact it's a bit, and it doesn't go too
That's
far.
what I was. If it was for the gimmick, I would be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Like it's a gimmick, but then it's not. Like it's his gimmick, but it's not
Yeah,
the
it's
gimmick. You
it's
know
a
what I mean? It's like,
like I like the joke they play with like, oh, she kissed him last week and he returned to wrestling at All In.
yeah,
Like that. Cool. Funny. And it's not like, oh man, look at her shake ass or look at her body. Or it's like they did a bit with shit, what is his name? The main announcer for Tony Schiavone when Mariah May first won the championship.
Yeah.
When she did the little tease where he stumbled over his words. It's like, okay, she's hot, cool. But that's the only time he did it.
right.
It's not like week after week. Look how hot she is. Don't need that.
Oh Lord.
Booker T, I thought I respected you, but Jesus Christ.
Which is so funny though, because like he has how many different like female trainees?
Yeah.
So like he's not really a piece of shit. And I think he's like playing it up for commentary purposes.
Just tone that back.
Yeah.
Tone that back a little bit. Because he gets excited when Roxanne does anything, and that doesn't come off as pervy. It's like
no, he's just like proud dad.
Yeah, that's what I need.
I
More
do
of
love
that's
that they
WWE
play
character.
into that. I will say that I love that they play into protege. So like, no matter what he will defend her. He roots for her like openly. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
that I'm fine with that. That's okay. It's wrestling. You're allowed to be a biased announcer. You know. It's not to the level of like Cole with the Miz back in like 2012 or whatever it was, where
Yeah.
whole thing.
So
Well, gentlemen, we've gone over our time just a tad.
Shocking.
Shocking.
I called it.
We said it was going to be a short one, so
I know, yeah.
I know
made the
because I
mistake.
called it at 1.
you did.
It's 12:50.
And then you said, no, it'll be a short one. Nope. I
Yeah.
know this. I know us by now.
So next week we're going to do a really long one,
We're going to start
and
at 10
then
o'clock.
and then we'll somehow like cut under our.
Hey, you know what though? Here's the takeaway. We didn't start at 12.
Yes.
That's true. It's just now about to be 1 o'clock.
So, you know.
Not fucking like 3.
I get 2 or 3 more hours of sleep today.
Yeah.
But we thank you for taking the time to come and hang out. As always, if you would like to drop a like, a comment, follow, whatever social medias you're catching this on. We'd appreciate it. We do this.
Whatever the algorithm tells us to tell you,
Yeah.
do that thing. Hit the little bell for notifications, right? That's what's the
I-
normal
bro,
YouTube
I
thing.
have-
That's it.
I'm such a boomer with that shit now.
And,
I don't
but like,
remember.
if you go back and like watch, and it's not just like one. I watch so much different content, like from different, like people that have no association, but they say the same exact thing, and I'm like, did they pay you to say it that way, or like did they give you a script of like have to say this at the beginning? Yeah, make sure you do this and like and subscribe for more content, blah 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 blah, and hit the little bell notification, get updates. I don't know what it is, but it's something along that lines. And
Yeah.
okay, so guys, do that. Whatever
whatever
I
it is. Whatever it
attempted to
is.
say. Watch another YouTube video where they'll say that, and then pretend I said that and do that.
But in theory, we should be back. This will drop tomorrow, hopefully. Fucking YouTube.
Yeah, hopefully it won't take a week for the fucking thing to
Jesus.
upload.
I was about to throw my computer out.
I'm doing Twitter posts on my vacation.
And we'll be back next week with our next episode, and we'll catch you guys on the other side of the ring. Good night.
Adios.